He's laughing at me because I'm asking dumb questions.
I was trying so hard to answer him without laughing. But that confused look, it just got me.
Yep, this is what happens when Tim spends almost a year doing a deep study for our new solar energy system on our boat. Now that he knows so much, my seemingly kindergarten level of understanding makes it hard sometimes for him to explain his thoughts. Let's go back to 10 months ago, when we saved up money to buy the most important part of our solar energy system, the battery.
Okay, a brand new 460 amp hour battery from Epoch. And I tell you, the reason I liked this one, and all the research I did, is because it is waterproof for going in the boat, and it also has enhanced communication for working with Victron, all the Victron systems, plus a heater in it so it won't get damaged by cold. So, very excited about it. That is so cool.
It's got handler.
There's an on-off button here. There's some dip switches right here. Some of the cabling. Oh, and a great little meter for showing the state of charge. Love it. I am very much geeking out about this. I am battery geeking right now. These are the all the communications for the BMS inside here. That's going to help it really communicate well with all the Victron stuff. Come on.
Okay, this $2,000 purchase had us freaking out for the last hour because we couldn't get it to connect to our Bluetooth, and we just now figured out what the problem was. You see in this image, clearly there's a cable right there that goes to the portal to the right. On here, when you're facing the battery the same way, the port to the right is black and the port to the left is blue. Obviously, this black and white image here is not giving us colors, but it wasn't until we watched a video where a guy just happened to be plugging it into the blue port. We thought maybe we were doing something wrong, and sure enough, we turned the thing back off. We plugged that into the blue port, turned it back on, and now it shows up on the app immediately, no problem. And it should show up on that screen, and it hasn't been. That top bar has not come up at all until we finally plugged it into the blue port.
So we got our beautiful new Epoch. So they ship them low on voltage. It comes at with 29% charge. I wanted to be able to charge it up, play with it, check it all out, geek out about it. We brought a couple panels home and then just threw them up here. And those are just two 100-watt panels.
These are the ones we had on the sides of the boat.
Yeah. So I just grabbed the wiring from them, and already we're at 80%. It's 12 amps. So at the end of today, we'll see how it is. So another really cool thing is the battery has its own built-in BMS, and it's also the battery has its own Bluetooth, and then the Victron charge controller right there also has its own Bluetooth. So we can pull it up here. Let's take a look at the battery. So we're at 80%. See that? Mm-hmm. We're at 80%. There's 12.2 amps coming into it. It's at 13.5 volts right now. Cool. Everything's doing good. Shackle there and move it over here.
Now, 10 months later, it was finally time to bring the battery to the boat and start figuring out how everything was going to be installed and wired. This was one of the projects we saved to do just after retirement and before departing on our world cruising adventures. We were feeling hopeful and excited, that we were getting close to our departure, even though we were a little behind schedule already.
We are installing a bunch of Victron energy stuff, and we're doing a complete overhaul of our electrical system, our DC and 110 AC system. So we're going to take you through some of the things that we're going to put in and then why. Okay, so let's start with this one here. This is the Lynx Shunt 1000. And what this is, basically, it's kind of like your fuel gauge for your electricity. So this is going to measure everything going in and out of your electrical system. And this will end up plugging into the servo, and you'll be able to see on the digital screen where all your electricity is coming from and going to. So this is just the way to be able to measure all that. The Lynx distributor is it's a really fancy bus bar for connecting positive and negative loads, and it's going to be able to talk to the shunt, and then all of that information also will be displayed up on the screen. And this is the Victron Energy Multi Plus 12 volt 3000 inverter and 120 amp battery charger. So the cool thing about this is it will be able to take continuous output of 2.4 kilowatts with a max surge output of 5.5 kilowatts. It's going to have one AC in, but then two AC outs. It's also going to be able to have complete communication with all of the other Victron MPPTs and the servo and everything, and it'll all go up onto the 5-inch screen. Over here, we already have a couple things installed. We have the Victron 5.0 touchscreen, along with the servo, which is the servos right here. Okay, and then we're also going to have 3 MPPT charge controllers and a total of about 1,200 watts of solar. We've got 3 different strings of solar. So one is just 200 watts come together, 2 panels, 100 watts each. They'll come together. Another 2 panels of 130 watts each will come together for another string. And another string, a final one, would be 2 panels of 400 watts each will come together for 800 watts.
Those are the ones that are on the solar panel.
And those are the big ones on the solar arch. Yeah. So let's say to control those two, the 800 watts will be this one here. Okay. And this will also plug into the servo down here. They'll plug directly into the servo. So there's 3 inputs right back in here for the servo, for the MPPTs. So they will go into here, and that will help bring all the information back up onto your screen over here also. Another PPT is right there. So that's one of them for the 200 watts, and it'll be the same thing for the 230 watts. So it'll handle that one also. So we just need to get one more of those. So these are not in their final resting home yet. They're just kind of set up to just test the system out. So we're going to end up putting everything down here. This is underneath our nav station. That's how it is. That's what we think so far, anyway. I'm going to run some wires down through the floor here and then back up to plug things in and hide things and make it look as pretty as possible.
Pouring rain here. It's only October. It's kind of a cold front that came down from the north. In October, we're usually fighting wildfires because it's hot and we have Santa Ana winds. I had to move all the cushions because they get really wet in the rain. The plastics are cracked. So I need to fix those before we take off because this is ridiculous.
Look at this. We're going to leak right here from the mast. Seal it once, but I need to seal a little bit better, obviously.
I guess this is when we find out where all our leaks are. But we didn't want to let these new issues to distract us from our current project.
So we're here on a very rainy day, trying to put in all of our Victron equipment. And my goal for the day is to install this on the board and then start drilling the holes in the board where the wires will come through. So the space I have that I want to put these is underneath the desk at the nav station. And there's a wall there that's, you know, kind of not a perfect square. So if I get that done today, I'd be happy.
Yeah.
Okay, batteries are under the floor right there. Wiring runs along through here, underneath here. You can see it comes through there, pulls along through here, through there, pops into this cabinet. You can see there. Yes, it's a mess. It's getting fixed. And it'll go to here. This wall. On the side of that is the multi-plus. And it'll go right to there. All right, so I've got a lot of the wires out of there. And let's take a close look at some of these wires. Pretty scary. So these things they're old. They're old, like me. So I mean, they're of good size, but they're just old. So I'm real happy to be replacing these. Go back over here. We've got some corrosion on those. Not the prettiest. So, yep, we'll get those all taken out. I think I'm gonna save 2 of these batteries. They're not that old, from 22, August of 22, so they're in good shape. They're old AGMs, I believe. So what I'll do is I'll test them and find the best 2. One for starter, one for the windlass, and then the other 2 will go away.
When it rains, it pours, I guess. It wasn't long before another problem started to get in the way of the wiring project. When the batteries were pulled out, we saw lots of water in the bilge underneath and realized that we could not go any further until we completely resolved the plumbing issues there as well. Apparently we're not done with the plumbing project. What was that?
It's just laying there. Absolutely nothing.
We found broken and missing parts and a sump box that was not completely connected.
There's 2 going into that one there. So we don't know what that one is. I'm thinking this one here, this is going in, and then this goes out, pumps it outside. That's front bathroom, I would assume. Back bathroom. Back aft bathroom has 3, which is a floor, a shower, and a sink. Now, if those 2 are already joined, all 3 of them are joined together, and then one comes into here, that's great. So this is the same kind of T we need, or a T we need for the front, but we also need these one-way valves. This one needs to get joined to this one. So they make a Y for this, so it's more like that, and then where the one comes out here. So that might be better for right here. Just Y these 2 together. So now I need to know the outside diameter of this, and then that'll tell me what hose this is. See, I think that's a little bit too big. I mean, I want to replace this hose anyway.
After doing a preliminary diagnosis and identifying parts we needed, we both slumped into a very grouchy state of mind. Our departure date was moving further away from us, and our fun wiring project was completely interrupted.
You see, this is...
Oh, Jesus. Just clean that. Trace back those. Trying to figure out what's leaking in this bilge here. Where the battery's gonna go. Can't get on the battery project until
turn that off.
finish this mess. Yeah, we found a leak there, so that's what we're dicking around with now. Tim accidentally cut the wrong line, but thank God he did, because now look what we found.
Little bitty hole.
We would have sunk the boat with that one. See how fast the water flowed in.
But I need a second. I need like 5 hands. I don't have any of them.
Water came in here again. Can't find anything anymore. There's shit everywhere. Too many projects going at once. We worked late every night for a week, and exhaustion was sinking in, especially for Tim.
Okay. I think we need to get more of this hose. We need to have enough of it that goes from the sink below the floor, and I would say all the way to the new box in there. And then we're going to need 3 of these one-way valves.
Well, and 4 Y valves, because you're going from 3. Well, you're going 3 to 1. I don't know how you can do 3 to 1 with 1 Y valve over there, and then 3 to 1 over here. So, so 2 and 2. Yeah, but that thing,
the one-way valve. I think, well, for front and back, so 2 here, 2 there, 4. And I'm thinking we should probably buy some of these T's, because if I can't do it with a T, I'm going to have to do it with a Y valve, or a Y valve or a T.
All right, and then what about the kitchen area? Well, you have a T down there. You just need more hose to go that way, or up here.
Go. Yeah, I could shut the valve and just go the other way.
Yeah. You just need more hose.
That would be good.
It was a constant struggle to identify what parts we needed next and then locate them. We went to every store we could think of in the area and continuously failed to find exactly what we needed. And then we discovered that the store closest to our mooring area had exactly what we needed. Anything that we needed. Finally, a smile on his face. With the right parts, we were finally able to get some stuff done.
You there?
Beautiful.
Yes, very nice.
Much better.
Yeah, I want that same one for the other one now. So I'll just cut that, put the hose over it, a couple hose clamps down, it's done.
Love it.
One of those 2, that's what we're going to use. Alright, so one of those is going to go to one of those. Let me get down there and see. That'll fit, and then we'll put the grate over the top of that. Always the last little bit. Oh. Make that disappear.
Almost 2 weeks later, and we were back on the solar system wiring project.
There's a lot of wires in here. And, you know, these are all old factory wires from '88. Been in the salt environment its whole life. So it feels good. I mean, I wouldn't have any problems. Well, every once in a while, you'd go to start the motor and go click, 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 and then it would fire. And I just figured out, it could be a starter, yeah, but more than likely it's a connection somewhere, a ground or something like that, not getting enough amps. So anyway, I'm glad I'm doing all this. So I've got wires that go up from, the batteries used to be here, so I got wires going up that way, going to the old inverter, and also up to the battery, the windlass. And then going from here to alternator, starter, and then a major bank 1, bank 2 switch, and then also going up to the nav station over here. So that's what I'm pulling out right now, is getting those wires, all the alternator, starter, all those out over there, because they're all going to be new. There's also an alternator noise filter that's going to go away, because we're putting in the new Balmar 120 amp with the smart alternator with the remote regulator, so I'm excited about that too. So yeah, new batteries, new wiring, new cabling, new alternators.
New money?
Yeah, please send money.
We intended to leave San Diego at the beginning of October, but we were now moving into late October. Stay tuned for our next episode when we finish the wiring project and continue showing our strategy behind all the modernized equipment going into an old 1988 sailboat.